I can say this as a challenge. If they want to take such a child, I can get it arranged for them.
No. Within how long after birth can we get this child?
No from birth or within 90 days.
For children after birth?
You can know immediately, yes. If you look at the foot of the leg and it is shapeless, there is no doubt that the brain cells in the head have not developed. Why is it that experts, people who have studied and earned doctorates, are not able to prevent such a birth in this society? Why is it that those who are considered the masterminds here, sitting in high positions, do not even think about what should be done about this? It makes me so angry. It must have been a while since I stopped. I set up a camp, and now after seeing a child, I went inside. Then altogether, I brought in 13 people like this. So I asked, as I was talking to each of you, that woman with tears in her eyes said, "These 4 are my children." Let's see how those 4 are doing, their situation. I have made it very clear that this is such a cruel society, and this is what I am showing you. If I didn't show the result, they beat me up. If I was cheating, don't let me live. The so-called gift medicine that I have in my hand is just a green medicine with a simple formula. Once this medicine is applied and stuck on the head.
Welcome to ABC Talks. Today's episode is powered by the B-Side Group of Institutions, Kochi. In the past 30 years, you have treated and cured nearly 800 children with disabilities related to this condition, haven't you?
I have only one thing to say. In this world, have you ever seen even a single child born and left bedridden with this illness in a place where they couldn't be cured? Me. Rather than saying that I have cured 51% of people, even if I say that I have improved the condition of just 25%, there is no credit in that.
But still, what is your percentage of success?
For me, it's above 51%. Now, because of one thing I have discovered, almost everyone who comes to me these days are elderly people. We have had people come to us from as young as 2 or 3 years old up to 25 years old. There have also been people older than that. There are even people up to 36 years old who have come with this disease. It's very difficult to get them completely cured. It's challenging to bring them to full recovery. So everyone complains to me saying that they've been taking medicine for so long and there hasn't been any change at all. I don't blame them because maybe their time hasn't come yet, or it's just their fate. Just like I mentioned, even mentally, there's no point in blaming them. It's just fate. After a man and woman have been married for some time, sometimes they end up having a child when they least expect it. Sometimes a child is born with a large head. It feels like a child is born without any intervention. It's not because anyone said so. That's a fact. But why does it happen? It is important for everyone to understand exactly why this happens. Like I mentioned earlier, there are 2 or 3 reasons, but there are still more reasons as well. When those 2 bodies unite, both individuals' sperm are present inside. Let me tell you another truth of nature about this. Just like farmers always do. First, they clear the field. They plow and turn over all the weeds in the field. They clean the boundaries and fill the soil with water. They cool down the heat of the soil. They leave it like that for a day. And just like that, the seeds that have been carefully preserved are prepared before sowing the paddy or whatever is to be planted in the soil. Isn't that true? I didn't make this up. Shouldn't it be the same way when it comes to the relationship between a man and a woman when giving birth to a child?
What you are saying is that it is the mind that needs to be cleansed in this way.
The mind. A woman's womb is such a valuable thing. If they don't know how to keep it clean, then what can be done? And then after taking it inside and planting the seed, only then will that place become right. Let me give you an example. In paddy cultivation, we fill the field with water and cool the soil with that water. Similarly, a woman's body should be warm. After finding it out and taking it there, will any of that work properly? Don't my women have warmth? Women are known to have the most warmth. If you ask why they have such warmth, let one part of the hormone stay there. physically, when do they bathe? How do they bathe? Especially considering the uterus and all that we mentioned about their body. How many people actually know how to keep all this clean? They don't know any of the levels of it. Shouldn't that be taken care of? So the seed should be good. So if the seed is to be good, what should he do? He should eat fiber-rich food accordingly. He should eat starch today. Back when we were being taught from childhood and even in the books until recently, it was always said that 80% of our food should be fibrous and 20% should be soft foods. Fiber food 80%, starch 20%. Now, what's coming up as new advice is that we should eat more protein. If you ask me what the logic is, I don't understand it. Earlier, it used to be said that we should eat more carbohydrates too. So isn't that starch?
No, I mean those proteins with fiber content, right?
If there are proteins with fiber content, then why insist on only pure protein?
Only protein, you mean?
Now, the instruction you get from many places is to eat plenty of protein. Dietitians also say to eat a lot of protein. Then why is the number of cancer patients still increasing? That's my question. Isn't the number of cancer patients enough already? You have to eat only protein. You need more protein. Everything should be in excess. That's what they keep saying. That's it. Let me share my opinion. This is an opinion that is very much needed in society. And then all these big medical hospitals, there are canteens in all those places. In any hospital, in that canteen. I don't think there is any hospital in Kerala today that serves fiber-rich food in their canteen. Why aren't they doing it? Around one hospital, Coca-Cola, and so on. All the snacks sold in the petty shops are things we shouldn't be eating. Why is that? Let's think about it together. I'm not saying anything wrong. He also needs to do business and earn 10 rupees. But still, it hurts. In a place where people come seeking refuge from illness, should we give them complete refuge or not? Then their food should also be provided. I too have brought patients there. It's a place that makes you smile. There, for a particular reason, I never gave any food item that could cause illness. When I learned not to give such things, I understood. Why should we treat with medicine? It's enough to provide good food. So I would tell the bystanders of the people who come here very strictly, you must eat the food provided here. Then when they leave, they say, we came here with so many illnesses.
It's the food that makes the difference.
Now you're feeling well, so just do the same thing at home. Don't come here saying you're sick anymore, because you already have the medicine in your hands. The kitchen is the biggest hospital. If you're going to build a house, what we need most in a house is a kitchen. Or is it the visiting room? When the dining room and visiting room were combined for fashion. Then you need a bathroom. Most bathrooms will be like a cave. There's always a doubt whether air will get inside. So to get rid of that or to let out whatever needs to go, install an exhaust fan. Moving on next is the main master bedroom. That's all. In a way that's suitable for our body. The house is built like a car shed. Our vehicle, it's a place to take the vehicle and rest at night, to sleep, to work during the day. Everyone should understand all this. If you stay up all night and work hard and eat all sorts of unnecessary things at night, then during the day, if you just lie down and sleep or stay awake without getting any sleep, all this means we ourselves are destroying our own system. If you treat it as an order and wake up early one morning, you should learn how you should be from the time you sleep at night until the next day morning. You should learn what you need to eat. If you do this, if I say one of my biggest wishes is that today, out of 1,000, 80 or 90, 95% are in America. It's mostly among children. That's genetic disorder. What I'm saying now is entirely about preventing genetic disorders. This is a truth that every individual should understand. The number of cases should decrease. God's will should not become a punishment. Saying that one child should play in one house is part of happiness. Let there be children, there should be children. But if children with disorders keep coming in the next generation as well, why are we struggling so much and working so hard? What's the reason for all this effort? We need to learn that. We need to correct that. If we correct that, this is what will happen, even after all these years. My age, I've been in this world for almost 70 years now. In my younger days, I had heard of such diseases very rarely. But today, wherever you go, you find at least one case of this. In the old days, there were no rehabilitation centers. Here, it has now become a permanent occupation. Nowadays, wherever you look, children with cerebral palsy, the number of rehabilitation centers is increasing as children with ground center issues are being brought together and rehabilitated like this. I don't understand why the numbers are increasing like this. Why haven't the experts who have studied this, who want this condition to disappear from our society, found a solution? Why haven't people with doctorates? Why haven't IAS officers done anything to prevent such births in this society? Why haven't they thought about what needs to be done? When such a child is born, the effort is to eliminate it. But that's not what is needed. Shouldn't at least the general public understand and take this seriously? This is a deeply painful issue in our society. Once such a child is born, because of the difficulties in treating that child, within family life, the husband will leave, the child's father will leave. When I was in treatment in Thiruvananthapuram, there were plenty of such cases. There are many who just leave as if raising a flag and walking away. There are also those who stay together after the child recovers well. There are also those who have moved on to another life. I can say all this from my own experience. Why was this one child born like this? In my history, in my experience, only one mother. She left immediately after giving birth. Unbelievable. Even now, I can't comprehend it. I said, let that mother take the child back. She didn't come to breastfeed and save the child. There are mothers like that too. So you can't really call it saving, can you? Men are not like that. They can't handle it. There's no financial means. What can they do? Once when I set up a camp at a place, a woman came inside carrying a child. After she came in, naturally people tend to come one by one, but not everyone is like that. I am also like that in that same way. So along with her, then she brought along about 13 more people. So I asked each one of them, and then that woman told me, these are the children of 4 different men. 4 jobs to look after. Their situation is like this. A cruel society. Officials? So what action did the officials take then? When I asked them then, they said they don't even have enough to feed all 4 of them. Then how can they be treated? There are so many distressing things within this. If I were to speak openly about it, but they listened and joined me in every prayer. Those who are the masterminds behind this would want to kill me somehow. There is no compulsion to remain silent. This is such a subject. Even if you go to court, let a decision be made quickly. Why should this be kept here and there? I have made it very clear. One thing is, they are showing me this because I didn't show the result. They beat me to death. Or should I just leave the country? If I am cheating, don't let me live. Can you say more than one advertisement about that?
Now, in this treatment method where others usually can't produce results, can you tell us why you are able to produce results?
The reason I am able to produce results is because of the gift medicine I have in my hand. The formula of this green medicine, once applied to the scalp, the cells on the scalp, energize.
Related.
Yes,
All these diseases.
related, right? So sometimes you might have seen some kids over there turning around and all, applying medicine on their scalp, and it's been a while, but it hasn't touched there yet. I will show you. I don't even need to treat it. What I am saying is, if those in modern allopathic medicine are hearing this now, I am saying it to them with a plea. Those children lying there at your place are the saviors. Wait for a good, healthy child. For those who come with hope to give them a new life, all they need to do is write a simple thing. Forget about therapy. What is therapy there for? For the cell to grow. I can explain it to anyone. What are the realities of this? Those children, it's not hard to find them either. There are ways to identify them too. One, oil. We bathe with olive oil. The wealthy use olive oil, while others use coconut oil. In the same way, I have found one oil. After applying that oil and taking a bath. In an incredible way, those children, normal children, will then become it. Premature. Everyone knows. If the premature child then enters it, they will have to spend a lot of money. If you apply 1 or 2 bottles of oil, within 90 days, the child will become normal.
Up to what age is this for?
It's for right after birth. That's why I'm saying this so sharply.
Within how long after birth can these children?
Within 90 days of birth, you can know.
For children after birth?
You can know immediately.
See,
All they have to do is look at the sole of their foot. I will show you. After looking at the sole of the foot, the shape of the salt deposit under the foot, if you look at the arch of the foot where there is a depression and also the places where the fingers rest, and if it is shapeless, there is no doubt that the brain cells in the head have not developed. Even a scan may not be able to detect this.
has this method of examining the foot been accepted by medical science?
They have accepted it. Isn't this exactly what I just showed you? They are the ones who put it there.
Hunt.
If finding the cause and treatment were that simple, after a quick consultation, they'd just refer you to therapy.
There was a similar case with one of Sir's students.
Yes, it has happened.
After giving the oil, the story is very interesting.
I really like it.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with this. I am saying this openly in front of the audience now.
I can also say it openly. If they bring such a child, I can help set things right for them.
Then in this hull, what is needed, sir? That's not all. That's not what I asked. Now, if a child is using other medicines,
Child,
let them use it.
we have no objection to that. Let the doctors apply this oil as much as they want. When we say how to apply the oil, we also need to know where to apply it first. Everyone just takes the oil and applies it like this, but that's not the right way to apply the oil. If I say that Malayalis who are not supposed to know how to bathe also don't know how to apply oil, sometimes they might chase me away. But actually, no one knows. How exactly should we bathe? When you bathe, where do you pour water first? On the head, right there on the head.
To cool off at noon.
All doctors and traditional healers say that you shouldn't pour water here. If you do, you'll get sick. At the same time, they say you should never pour water on your feet first. That's not something said in every household. I don't know if there are doctors who say you shouldn't bathe at all. Not everyone can say things like that. Similarly, there are also doctors who say you should pour water on your feet first. In the same way, many people do it as an example. For instance, when we go to a river, we always step in with our feet first, right? None of that. Let me share one of my own experiences. When a baby comes into this world for the first time, it's the head that comes out first, not the feet. There's an answer within that. Is the silver radiator in front of the Indian motorcycle? Or is the metal rail behind the Indian motorcycle? In front of me, that radiator has a cap on top of it. If it's an Indian Jude, what would he do? He would bring that cap there and pour water in. And then it's only when it cools down a bit that you can open that cap. Otherwise, it will burst out and spill everywhere. It's exactly like this. Ours. The way to bathe is we have to bend our head down. Bend like this, and here is where you should pour water, on the nape of the neck. When you pour water, it should be like this. Try pouring it yourself. All your heat and coldness will go away. That tension and heaviness will be gone. Like a warrior, you can face a whole day. Your face will become brighter and change. I'm telling you from my own experience, if I can do it, you can too. If you ask what would have happened if I hadn't done it, when I did it, I felt like I was drowning in water. If you ask what that means, it means all the dirt that was there is being cleaned away by this. Some people, when I tell them about bathing, they say, oh, so when I did that and took a bath, the next day I caught a cold because all the dirt inside my head came out. So it's actually being trained and removed. Just keep doing that regularly. Then your immunity will improve. After that, whether it's cold or hot, for me, even AC is not a problem. Even the fan is not a problem. While everyone else is feeling hot, I sleep without using either of them. The primary reason for this is that I meticulously look after my body every single day. So this is where you should pour water first. Now, let me make you understand that as well. I have mentioned in several episodes before that bathing is a very important thing. Why do we bathe? Really, why do we bathe? The usual answer is to remove dirt, to refresh the body. Isn't it? But is there anything beyond that? Even more than that? There are more important benefits inside us. That one power people call the Holy Spirit or God or Ishwara or Allah, whatever name you use, that power exists. Our name exists only as long as this power is within us. Once this power leaves us, what we call by name becomes a corpse.
Right?
Because no one calls you by your name. At least until the burial, they could say your name once. Even the children, wife, husband, no one says it. Once the soul leaves, they just pick up the body and move it down. Isn't that a kind of cruelty? So the one we should love the most is ourselves. The one we love the most is the soul within us. We need to listen to it. There is an ancient and profound saying about the human conscience. All of us live in a modern society where we often feel the need to carefully conceal our true inner conscience when we speak. A person who only focuses on their own personal pain while completely ignoring the deep suffering of others, well, making a soul like that truly happy is an incredibly complex and significant process. And that is exactly the kind of spiritual purification we receive from the act of bathing. When I say this, if everyone is going to listen to it tomorrow, what I want to say is you should bathe twice a day. To a society that doesn't even like to bathe once a day, I'm saying to bathe twice a day.
In countries like Tibet,
you can live there, right? When I went to Switzerland, they bathed twice a day, and everyone became very smart and happy. And then everyone started bathing regularly. There's no problem at all. If you ask why that is, our body is always warm. Why does it have to be warm?
Is it the food we eat or the way we eat it?
No, there is a certain way of eating. We're always working inside, right? Even if our hands are just resting like this, our heart is always working. Just like when a vehicle is running fast, if you start the engine and drive, it gets hot, right? In the same way, our engine is constantly getting hot. Is there a press rule? Aren't we doing double the work? So that heat, we need to cool it down, right? Why do we sit inside with the AC on? Our body feels cool, but inside it's still hot, not cool. Inside it's hot. So when you wake up in the morning, that's when the heat is the most. There's one thing I always tell everyone after all this. In the morning when we wake up, no matter how old we are, every new day we get is a gift to us. We can't say exactly when we'll be called to leave. We can't predict how an accident might happen. No one can say what will happen in the next moment. We can only talk about it, that's all. But to actually experience it, what we experience is this. If children knew they would break their leg by going out to play, would they still go? Of course not. So this is a truth that we simply cannot predict. But there is one thing we can predict. If I carry my soul with me with the utmost love and care, then my soul will be protected from danger.
Didn't Vaidi talk about fiber-rich foods?
Exactly.
As we have mentioned for A, C, and D, what exactly is it that we should eat?
For all four.
Foods that contain them.
Among grains, ragi is the only one that is richest in fiber. Did you understand? All the other grains are like medicine.
Again, there is a doubt there. People say that eating ragi can cause some issues like phlegm and such. That's what is often said.
If you eat ragi, you won't get sick. But then shouldn't you get sick? So if you scare people about ragi, that's how it works. Otherwise, let me ask now, why do people say you need to eat protein these days? What's the intention? What is this thing called oats? Yes.
Oats are a trend now.
When they say portion, they teach that it's fiber. That's all. Let me tell you, out of 120 people, let 10 eat oats and let another 10 eat ragi in the same way. Those who eat ragi will go on with good health. The one who eats oats will just look stylish. Rye is a blood purifier. You can keep it as such. Once you start eating it, your complexion will change. Our complexion will change. I'm sure. When relationships grow, there should be joy. Vata, Pitta, and Kapha should all be balanced. If human society understands this, they can live privacy. Then that's what gets the blame. For those who wish to make money by treating others.
Okay.
Okay, anyway. Thank you to the doctors for providing the information. Thank you.
This episode is forwarded by B-Side Group of Institutions, Kochi. Thank you.